So I just want to make a detailed video about a new arcane that you can farm right now in Warframe 1999. The arcane is called Arcane Truculence. You can farm this from the new NPC on the Höllvania map, which is Eleanor, if you have the right standing and at least you are rank 2. So what this arcane basically does is that when gaining 3000 or more overguard threshold, it releases a 30 meters radial attack that applies max viral status stacks. So there are lots of Warframe that can take advantage of this. First of all, it's good for Atlas with the Rumble since we can gain overguard with this. The good thing about Atlas is that when you have Arcane Truculent, you have the freedom to get rid also of the overguard, which is a good thing for the arcane. The 3000 requirement is really kind of tricky. This means you need to gain 3000. For example, you have frost, and frost in my frost build I have 22,000 overguard cap. If I am at overguard cap and I cast my overguard ability, then this arcane will not proc because it didn't gain 3000 or the required 3000 overguard. This arcane is truly good in solo plays because you can constantly gain overguard from your ability and you lose overguard because enemies are hitting you. But for Atlas, it's also great since you can freely cast overguard. So I have no overguard and I cast it again. There you go, it proc again. So it's really great. Like, it's very efficient for Atlas because it procs viral every time. I don't have a very efficient like setup for Atlas because I'm only having like 15 meters of range. The max range of this is 30 meters. So this will probably be better if I have that 30 meters range for Atlas. My Atlas build comprises of this. So what I basically do is just pull enemies with ensnare, then cast this to get the overguard and somehow proc the viral stack from the arcane truculence, and then punch them with landslide. If you have a good stat stick, like for example this, the damage is really insane also. Ember also can proc overguard, as you might have known. So what does Healing Flame do is that it allows you to gain health. So if I cast it, I'm at full life right now. Like, my Ember is at full life. So when I'm at full life and not healing with the Healing Flame, I then get the overguard instead of the heal. Every enemy will contribute to overguard, but as you can see, with my current build, I only got 1,200 overguard. Definitely take around 3 casts if I have this enemy setup, like 20 enemies or some in a room. But eventually, this will get better in real mission because of the enemies, especially in survival missions. The only problem is I tested this already. It's really inefficient, guys. Like this is the build setup. The build setup allows you to proc like Fire Blast in a wide radius, and while you are at full health, then you will get overguard. After that, you can cast Inferno. So it's basically a rotation of Inferno and Fire Blast. But the only problem is a caster build like this really sucks when it comes to kill speed. It is way better to have a weapon setup. I just recommend this setup compared to the setup. So if you're planning to try it on Arcane Truculence and build it for Ember, so I'm not really recommending it. Another one that is good for this is Dante. Dante can also generate overguard for us. The simple cast of light verse, you can gain overguard, and with 2 casts of light verse, then you can have this, which allows you to have overguard generation and increase your overguard cap. This is good for solo plays because Dante is constantly gaining overguard, while enemies are hitting him. But the only problem though is that I can't recommend Dante in solo plays because he is more fun in team composition, wherein he can help the team because of his buff, the light burst, which gives you tons of survivability. Arcane Truculence for Dante is kind of mid, to be honest. The two warframes that I really recommend you trying out Arcane Truculence is, the first one is Styanax. Styanax is really great for this, guys. If you can max out the Arcane Truculence, then it will give you 30 meters of radial attack, which gives you viral status to all enemies that is around 30 meters. We know that final stun deals slash damage. It will increase the damage dealt by slash because of the viral stacks. With Intrepid stun, we can always get overguard. This setup will definitely increase the final stun damage. And aside from the Arcane Truculence, we can get also bonus from Arcane Arachne, which drastically improves our damage. By the way, I have tested it, and sadly the Arcane needs line of sight. You will need to see enemies, and the Arcane won't proc when they are behind the wall. Frost can also proc Overguard through his Icy Avalanche. With a build like this, it's really kind of amazing for Frost. With Thermal Thunder, you now have the ability to nuke adds. If you cast Avalanche, then it will proc the viral status of Arcane Truculence. And after that, you can cast Thermal Thunder, which will proc the blast status. I have a clip at the end of the video showing you how good this is. Basically, this is not just for solo plays, but you can use this build in team composition, especially if running Exterminate mission, because after casting Avalanche, you can then cast a Thermal Thunder to somehow proc the blast. With the increase in damage and health because of the 10 stacks of viral status, then probably those adds will die with this Frost energy. Now, I'm using the Ice Storm before. This gives me 40% each. This will increase the damage and it will somehow increase the freeze duration if I have Ice Storm, but it's really not necessary, to be honest, because after doing less duration build with this setup like the Arcane Truculence, it's really great. You can nuke enemies with Avalanche and Thermal Thunder if you wanted to, or you can kill them after proccing the viral stack. I really hope that you will enjoy this build, and if you want to check out more Warframe 1999 content from me, then I'm streaming on Twitch. So I hope you stick around, and thanks for watching. We'll see you soon on Twitch. So expect more Warframe 1999 content. So bye for now. God bless.